You're listening to a DM podcast.
We would like to acknowledge and give thanks to the traditional owners of the land we record this podcast on, the Yagara and Turrbal people,
and their continued connection to the land and waterways on which we meet.
Hello and welcome to Sportish, where we look at life through the lens of sport. My name is Georgie Trickett.
And I'm Libby Trickett.
And Libby, I am so excited that we have a guest in the studio today.
I know, this is so exciting.
It's been a while. We have joining us on the line from Edmonton, Canada, Tahli Gill, who is part of our Australian curling team and looking to qualify for the Winter Olympics next year in Italy. Tahli, thank you for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to be on.
Tahli, for those who don't know much about the sport of curling, can you take us through it? Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, although I feel like a lot more people in Australia are becoming more aware. So often when I say that I'm a curler, people are like, oh, this sport, and they do like the brushing.
With the sweeping.
The sweeping. So there's definitely that aspect. But the way that I would describe it is it's a mixture of sort of like chess on ice. It's similar to lawn bowls, but we're trying to get away from, that identification. But a lot of strategy, a lot of finesse. It's very precision-based sport. So that's how I describe it.
Can I ask, because yes, I mean, I understand you wanting to kind of delineate yourself from like a lawn bowls, but how does an Australian get involved in curling? Because it's not like we have a lot of ice around.
Yeah, there's not a lot and no curling dedicated rinks. So I have my mum to thank for that, actually. She saw it on the Olympics. I cannot remember which Olympics she saw it, but she saw it and thought, oh my gosh, it looks like another cool sport to try. And she was kind of involved with a lot of other winter sports. So she was a ski instructor. I was a figure skater. So for some reason, the Brisbane Gill family was very interested in winter sports, maybe to escape the heat.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
So, yeah, she called up the ice skating rink where I was doing figure skating, and she thought, oh, I may as well call and see if they have it. They didn't at the time, but a few other people really wanted to get it going. So she got with them and started the club in Brisbane, and she taught herself how to curl, and then she taught me how to curl. So, yeah, I fell in love with being able to play with my family. I've got two younger sisters. They play as well, or they used to play. So, yeah, big family sport, and that's why I enjoy it so much.
Tahli, talk us through why the Australians were having to go to New Zealand for a recent qualification meet.
Basically, we don't have a dedicated curling facility in Australia, and the closest one that we have is in New Zealand. They actually have 3 in New Zealand, I believe. So that's kind of our home club, if you will, in Naseby. It's a very small, very cute town in New Zealand, and they have a curling rink. So that's where we have to go for our nationals, so that it's fair and the ice is good quality and we are able to find the best team from nationals playing there.
So you are in the process of qualifying. You just missed out on automatic qualification recently. Can you tell us what that process is like and, where you have to go to get on the team and basically get yourselves to the Winter Olympics?
Yeah, so essentially there's 2 different ways to qualify. We're now in the position where we have to compete in the Olympic qualification event in December for the 2 remaining spots, because there's 10 spots total, like for 10 different countries. And Italy gets an automatic spot because they're the host country. So other than that, as you said before, we missed out on direct qualification through getting points through 2 world championships, and we were 1 point away. Very close, but
it's excruciating.
Yeah, it is what it is, but we're gearing up and training really hard for the event in December.
I'm really interested to understand the gender mix that you see in curling. Is it the case that you, and because clearly we don't know a lot about this sport, is it the case that you have women's teams and men's teams, or do you participate as mixed groups?
So in the Olympics, there's 3 different disciplines that they have. So mixed doubles, which is the one that I compete in, that's 1 female, 1 male on the team. And the structure of the game looks a little bit different. There's already rocks in play and you only throw 5 rocks per team. So whereas the 4-person curling, which is either 4 men or 4 women competing on a team, they don't start with rocks in play and they have 8 rocks for the team. So yeah, there's a little bit of difference. So the strategy does differentiate between the two, between all three actually, just with how it works out. But definitely mixed doubles, it's quite fast paced. The strategy is a lot more clutter. It's a lot more chaotic at times. And yeah, there's the difference as well between the element of having a female and a male.
I would love to understand, like, this is such an interesting sport. Like, so obviously there's the putting of the rocks where you like slide it down the ice. I'm sure I'm absolutely annihilating the terminology.
No, not at all.
But you get the rocks down the end or they're already there. So there's that skill set. But then there's the sweeping element. Is that like, how do you learn each element? Do you have a better skill set in one or the other?
Is someone stronger in one? Then is there a natural broomer, for lack of a better words? And I think it's important because there will be people listening who don't know this terminology. So correct us as we go through. But is there someone who's a natural broomer and someone who's more in the rock space?
So sweeper, you're close. That's the correct
term. That actually sounds logical. I wouldn't have said that to start with.
And then I guess in terms of who falls into that role, it's generally for my discipline, the male that will sweep. They're able to put more force on the broom, and that's just how it's worked out. Not every team does it that way. For Dean and I, that works really well, but everyone throws rocks, or stones is what they're supposed to be called. I always call them rocks, which is not good. Everyone has a go at throwing. So for mixed doubles, the order is a little bit different. So someone chooses to throw first and last, and then another player will throw the middle 3. Generally, the female will throw first and last, and the male will throw middle 3. But again, it's very much up to the team. There's lots of different combinations that you could do and lots of different roles that your team can decide. It's just what works best for you.
What does participation in curling look like in Australia?
So it's increased a little bit, and it is a little bit hard when we don't have a dedicated facility to continue to grow the numbers, but there's around 200 active members across Australia. So we have a club in Perth, we have a club in Brisbane, and a club in Melbourne. So between the three, there's 200 of us.
Would you ever see Australia hosting like a Winter Olympics? Like, is that even possible? I know Georgie's just immediately no. But like, maybe even between Australia and New Zealand, like, could it be a, Southern Hemisphere possibility, or is that not even in the realm of possibility?
It's hard for me to say. I think the challenge would be more of the like alpine sports where they rely on more of the, the mountains and things like that. For curling, definitely it could be done anywhere, but I think it's the other sports that are definitely nature dependent. Might be a little bit hard, but I know that there's definitely some winter sports that happen in New Zealand. So I think that would be awesome if Australia and New Zealand could host. That would be really, really cool. And
like a Southern Hemisphere, like, why not?
Yeah, I think that would be awesome, but I'm not sure if there are natural barriers.
Yeah.
Tahli, when you get to these international competitions and you say, hi, I'm from Australia, what's the reaction of the internationals to an Australian being there who's only got 1 rink or 2 rinks in town to play on? How does the international sport receive the Aussies that are participating in curling?
I mean, everyone is pretty shocked that there's still no dedicated facility, and we've been on the tour a while now, so I think people are like, oh yeah, these guys again. But yeah, at first people are always really curious, especially people that are just coming to watch, or if we're training, they have so many questions for, how we got into it. And being in Australia, it's obviously, the first thing that they ask. But I think that the good thing about my discipline, mixed doubles, is that there's actually been a lot of growth worldwide, and there's been a lot more participation because it's not so difficult to get 1 male, 1 female to represent their country, on a international level. So that I think the participation from that point of view, and Australia is included, and the level that mixed doubles has gotten to, you're seeing a lot more smaller nations, like non-traditional nations, increase and stay up with the traditional curling nations. So yeah, I think that still we're like, oh, how did you get into curling? That's so strange. Like we're in Australia, that's so weird.
I would love to know, because there are so many athletes, even, coming from like swimming, for example, so many athletes who still work full or part-time, while training and preparing for, competitions. Obviously, curling is a very small sport in Australia. What does training and work or study look like for you? Like, are you kind of working full-time at the same time as trying to compete for Australia?
So it's a little hard for me to work while I'm on the road. So
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. But while I'm at home, I do relief teaching. So I'm a primary school teacher and it works really well for my schedule. I love it. The school I work at, they're super, super supportive and, really happy to support me and what I want to do with curling. So that works out really well. It's quite flexible for me to have work while I'm at home, and then while I'm on the road I can focus on curling and getting to the Olympics. So yeah, that's what I do. But you're right, it's very common still for a lot of people in curling to have a part-time job or full-time job even. It just depends on where you're based and if that works out for you.
Tahli, I know that there are 4 dads in Brisbane who have recently taken up curling.
Yeah.
They're absolutely passionate about the sport.
I love it.
They decided to do curling, I think, on a night out where they realized that they didn't see each other enough and they thought, what's a sport that we can all do together? And somehow they arrived at curling.
Makes
They've
sense.
even had the audacity to give themselves a name. They're called the Curlews.
Yeah.
I'm really interested, though. They've created a bit of buzz around the sport. What do you think about young upstarts like these 4 middle-aged dads coming into the sport and wanting to be more involved?
Oh, I think that's awesome. And we've always said that curling is very social. It's very community-based sport. Like everyone's there for each other. It's a pretty cool sport in that way, actually, because it's like a big family. But yeah, I think that's awesome. I think that any hype, any buzz around building curling and getting people interested and getting people involved, I think is awesome. And pretty much, like that's how most people start in Australia, is like, what's something cool and quirky that I can do and get involved in and hang out with my mates? And curling is definitely a sport for that. So yeah, I think it's awesome and they're great guys. And I think it's really nice to see other people passionate about a sport that I'm really passionate about too. So I think it's awesome.
Tahli, I think it would be fair if we needed to adopt the Curlew name for the overall team as well. Like,
Yeah.
I think, do they need their own name or is it something that we can give to curling? Does the curling team have a name? I know that lots of other Australian sporting teams do. Does curling have a name? Is there a gap that needs to be filled there?
There is a gap that needs to be filled. And we've spoken about this so often, is what could we call our curling team? And obviously we would need one for each discipline. So that's a gap to be filled, but I don't want to steal their name. They were very creative. They should probably,
We can come up with our own awesome one.
We'll talk to them offline. Like,
Yeah.
see if we can do something about that.
Great.
Yeah, we'll have to workshop something and maybe come to an agreement,
Do a
because
brainstorm.
curlew is a pretty cool name.
Yeah.
It is excellent. Tahli Gill, we are so
Yeah.
excited to see how you go in December. We're wishing you the best of luck. We are crossing everything that we will see you in Italy early next year for the Winter Olympics.
Wimpics.
The Winter Olympics.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us today on Sportish.
Thank you so much for having me. And yeah, hopefully you'll see me there. That'd be awesome.
I bloody love learning about sports that I have no clue on.
Yeah, same. I mean, I probably sounded like a complete twat
No, but I
asking her about the Winter
I know,
Olympics.
poor
And
Tahli.
she
We're
was so kind and so patient with
maybe
me.
they will be in Australia and New Zealand
Well,
one day.
Why not?
Snow.
I mean, yeah, mostly snow.
I feel like snow is a big component of
that,
it.
look, that does make sense. And I feel like we could make it a Southern Hemisphere
But also,
thing.
aim higher.
Come on, Winter Olympics. Like, try, like,
Why couldn't
challenge
we?
yourself.
Yeah. Do better.
Do-
Surely, isn't that one of the Olympic slogans?
I feel like it should be, and if it's not already.
Libby,
Yes, Georgie.
I've come in quite emotional today.
Yes.
Ridiculously emotional.
And understandably so.
Well, arguably, it was possibly a little over the top. Here's what happened. I have just been out for a morning of cricket.
Mm.
What day is it today here? It's Tuesday here in Australia. I've just been at the start of a gala day where around, I'd like to say over, because, you know, the vibe, over 300 girls are playing cricket. Many of them playing their first ever games of cricket.
So good.
They are happy out there participating in a sport.
What age?
These are girls in grade 4, 5 and 6.
Awesome.
And they're playing a sport that they might not have otherwise played. And hats off to the organisations that do these gala days and to Queensland Cricket, who is out there. All their staff are out there helping to facilitate this day and to help the grassroots of girls cricket, I guess, to help introduce grassroots cricket to girls. And I turned up and thought, this never happened when we were at school. I don't think cricket was something that came in until we were in later high school. But these games have been totally modified. So they're not playing on pitches. They're just playing on the grass. They've got stumps at either ends. They're playing with plastic bats and tennis balls. And they're having a great time.
What do you think, because you were very emotional about it.
Ridiculous.
What do you think it was that sparked that response in you?
Oh, you're going to get me going again.
That was
I
the
can
plan.
see it. Damn it. I just think, you really are getting me. Trying not to cry. It's been crafted into a game that is accessible to girls. That girls would have seen their families, their brothers, their dads playing and thought, gee, I'd like to have a go at that, and just never had a chance to do that at school.
Because that was your family. Your
absolutely.
brothers were
maybe there were girls' sport cricket pathways, but it certainly
wasn't obvious.
It wasn't obvious. It wasn't school. It wasn't easy to find. And it's even the uniforms, like none of them are wearing cricket whites. No one had to have any equipment to do it. It's just the most accessible form of sport. And full credit to the cricket. I sound like a really sound like someone who's
full credit to the to the
full
team.
Credit to the boys. I feel like an NRL player. But full credit to Cricket Australia and Cricket Queensland and the different bodies who are looking to modify their games to make them so that girls can play and enjoy it and be active and be outside. And look, maybe none of them who have never touched a cricket bat will go on and touch a cricket bat, but you're sort of introducing them to the language of sport, to the language of a really important sport in Australia that, you know, is a pathway into other things. Like if you can understand a little bit about cricket, then they're moments that you share with people, be it on Boxing Day or be it through the Summer Test Series, or maybe it's a BBL that you can go to. This is a language a sporting language that you give girls that would have previously not been available to them.
And most annoyingly,
please don't make me cry. I just can't cry anymore.
No. I was trying to end on a light note. Most annoyingly, it's cricket that is doing a really bloody good job.
It's doing a really good job.
Damn you, cricket.
Shit, cricket, you are just nailing it.
It's so good.
And I love that it just pisses Libby off so much. I think we just need to touch on some F1 story arcs.
Well, also La Vuelta.
Oh, mate.
Or are we all done?
Can you give me like you've got 2 minutes.
Jonas
2 minutes to talk cycling.
Jonas has won 2 stages and he's doing really well. He's not in the red yet, but
is Pogacar just not racing?
No, he's not doing the Vuelta.
Oh.
Yeah. But clearly Jonas is number 2 in the world.
Definitely.
Very clearly.
I saw he had a nasty crash at some point.
Last night? I haven't watched last
night.
night.
No, I mean weeks ago. Like I'm tapping in and
out. Oh, no, that was like last year.
Oh, shut up. It wasn't. It was like 10 days ago.
Was it?
Yeah, he came off and like he had a serious crash and they...
Yes, but he was fine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So no.
Just bounced off the road like they all do.
The Visma team, everyone but one fell. Axel Zingler had to, what do they call it? Retire.
Yeah,
abandon the team.
So much more dramatic. It's very cycling.
We're abandoning the tour because he popped his shoulder out, popped it back in, started riding again, and fell off again. I'm pretty sure, or he popped it out again, trying to get a gel out of his jersey. So he had to abandon, but everyone else was okay, thankfully.
Was it the road furniture?
Lots of road furniture in Spain, apparently. So yes, it makes for some very exciting stages, that's for sure.
Exciting / terrifying.
But F1, oh my
F1.
gosh, we're back.
So Isaac Hajar is my favourite story of the week from F1.
Yes.
Because for those playing along at home, Isaac is a rookie this year, and in the Australian Grand Prix, which is the first of the season, he crashed into the wall.
His very first race at F1.
Ever during the formation lap.
Yep. So he didn't even have a proper race.
He didn't even start. He didn't even he did the qualifying, he got through. To be fair to him, I don't know that any rookies finished that race. It was an absolute
hectic
car crash, quite literally, in terms of motorsport racing.
But the iconic moment from that race was
thank you for reminding me.
Anthony Hamilton, Lewis Hamilton's dad, coming up to him and giving the most beautiful hug and embracing him.
This he's a teenager, right? And you see this image of he's in his full racing suit with his helmet, and you can already see that he's so upset and emotional. And then, is it Anthony Hamilton?
Anthony Hamilton,
comes up, gives him this massive hug and just, comforts him that it's all going to be okay. And he's come out in the last couple of days and said he sort of thought that was the end of his career. Like he had one chance and he stuffed it up, and that's how he felt. And that moment was so beautiful and so widely shared. And then to see him come third this week, I'm pretty sure he was on track to come fourth, but then Lando's car caught on fire.
Gotcha.
Drama. And then he came up to third, and his celebration was beautiful. All the other drivers getting behind him and giving him pats on the back and high fives, just beautiful. And quite rightly, F1 has made a point of saying, you will make mistakes, but there's a bigger journey ahead of you and you can always achieve something great. And I was like, oh.
Unless you're in Red Bull and then they cut.
Well, and the internet has responded by going, what? So Red Bull wants him now? And having Isaac trying to run in the opposite direction, because Red Bull is not the team that anyone wants to go to at the moment.
Fair enough.
And I thought, well played to the internet. They have been our bright spots of sport for this week.
So, Sporties, we are wondering, what are the segments that you love to hear on our Sportish podcast? Because we want to give you more of what you want to hear, what you're interested in. Is that community sports stuff, what we're grappling with in terms of our own kids' sporting journeys?
We want this to be a sports podcast for the people.
Yeah, that's it. And not just always about F1 and cycling.
We could talk about that all day. Don't get us wrong.
That is our jam.
But, you're essentially just listening in on a conversation that Libby and I are going to have anyway.
Yes. We want to know what you want to listen to, what you're interested in. If you want to hear more questions from people's, navigating the kind of sport, youth sports and all of the challenges that are involved with that.
Do you feel like there needs to be more advocacy around the shoe crisis?
Obviously, we did have a bit of a response to
that. Yes, your input into the direction of this is...
Because we could talk about whatever, but we want it to be something that is of value to people, that makes people feel connected and seen and understood, because it's challenging.
And part of the fabric of sport. And we love your feedback. For example, we got feedback from Sporty Diane, who was like, Georgie, she fact-checked me.
Yeah,
she fact-checked me hard around softball. And I think we could agree that two things can be true.
Yes.
Because I did get my sources from the Australian Olympic Committee, and softball was the first female-only team sport. I think they missed the only on their website. I think that's the distinction that we didn't make clear last week, which was when I said softball was the first women's team sport. Diane came back and said hockey.
Do better, Georgie.
Sailing. Try harder. She did. I really appreciated her acknowledging that she just used AI to find that information.
Yes.
Thank you. And what I would say is that I misspoke.
Yes.
And I didn't say
only.
Female only team
Of course.
sport. And that is what softball was.
Yes.
Anyway.
But we love that feedback.
I go on a tangent. We love that feedback.
We love feedback. We love questions.
We don't have a newsroom behind us.
Correct.
We are but two people and a small baby.
Yeah. Who's always here.
And has opinions.
He does, often.
Let us know your thoughts. You can get us. Our email address is in the show notes. It's hello@playonmedia.com.au. We love getting your emails. We love it.
Yes. DM us at Being Sportish on Instagram. And otherwise, we hope you have a wonderful week.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Okay, bye.